We're back live at the Central Broward Regional Park, and the situation is a 10 over affair. This delivery. Yes,
you see what I mean?
We have a new pitch, guys. This pitch, we have a new pitch being utilized now because of the rain earlier on. The pitch that was used this morning. Scorpions against the Cavaliers. Scorpions batting first. And after just one delivery, Shah, he's stretching. I think he was very uncomfortable running up and delivering. But Shah is bowling to Shah. That is what I'm seeing. Stefan Myberg is taking first strike at the moment. And we welcome Ahmed Ranaji.
Yes, welcome viewers. Delay start, 10 overs game. And from here, one team will go to the next round and one team will go to home on their own expense. Exciting game, 10 over game. So this is like T10, Vinod.
We have two teams out there, the Scorpions and the Cavaliers. The winner moves on to play US All-Stars in one of the semi-finals. The other semi-finals, that has already been settled, and that is California Bears, and they are coming up. They will come up against the Cinderella kids of this tournament so far, Atlanta Griffin. They have been a surprise packet.
Yes, little bit delay. The groundman is there talking to the umpire. I believe there's a landing problem after the first delivery. Steven and Shah is opener batsman for Scorpions. And Shah is bowling the first over for Cavaliers.
Marking his mark, but I don't know who that.
Right-handed bowler, he bowled his delivery.
Okay, gotta be him.
Yeah,
Shaw is just helping him mark stuff.
Yeah, no, Rusty bowled his delivery. Rusty Theron, I think, let's see if he's happy now. He has fixed the runway, so to speak.
Yep.
Now he can land. Let's give you some scores from the outside. The Youth US Open started today. The Maran Patrick and Academy batting first in a 12 over affair. They got 110 for one. And TCL, they are batting at the moment. They require 64 from 4 over. So that's going the way of the team. And they will start for them. So Myberg is off the mark here. And Theron is bowling from the far end. 10 over fair game.
Usually Shah bowls the first over. So beg your pardon viewers, Rusty Theron is first time opening the bowling for Somerset Cavaliers in US Open.
Are you suggesting that Shah is rusty?
I made a mistake. On a scoreboard, when I joined you, it says Shah, but then we have to make a correction over there.
Our resident statistician has given me some very important information. This is why I like this guy. They call him the leg. Good delivery from Myberg, straightening a bit and going across. His stop Shah looking a bit on one side. There is no run. And Stefan Myberg, leading a Dutch national, South African boot. And he has the third fastest T20 50 in international T20s. It's a half-century game of 17 deliveries. And of course, we all remember that Yuvraj Singh holds that record, just 12 balls. followed by Colin Monroe of the TKR, 14 balls. Thanks a lot, Lenny. Outside the off stump, and that goes into the glove stump. Some movement there from there on, and the score it's for remains in one without loss. One without loss at the moment, and in fact, that's the second run. So the Scorpions are now two without loss. So just to give you some information, that was brought to me by Lenny as Myberg takes his strike. He's a South African by birth. Of course, he's a Dutch national now, and he holds the third highest, the third best in terms of fastest T20 half century of 17 balls. Yuvraj Singh holds the record. He got it in 12, followed by Colin Monroe in 14. Outside the off stump, a lack of pace on that one. Theron bowling to Myberg, and it goes through to the wicketkeeper. It's the end of the first over, two without loss. A very good first over by Theron, given the fact that this is just a 10-over affair.
Yes, very good over from Rusty Theron. He plays all over the U.S. We've seen him in 210. We've seen him in the CPL. And we are seeing him right here live, U.S. Open. U.S. Open 2018, prestige tournament, 10th anniversary. So viewers who are watching us worldwide, especially in India, subcontinent and West Indies, probably a time difference in Middle East and subcontinent. Now the game is on. So please share our page, maqtv. We are live on Facebook. We are live on maqtv and DR Sport.
So Najaf Shah is also doing some work to the runway on the southern end. Yes, I was suggesting early on when water seeped under the covers there at the last pitch, I was suggesting that they should just burn it off. They were actually putting a mat and looking to soak it up. Sometimes that just keeps the moisture in because of the fact that it's turf at the end of the day, and you're pushing the moisture down. It's not concrete that the moisture has nowhere to go but up. So it goes into the mat. So that's a very elementary thing there. In the Caribbean, one would have ran to the closest gas station with a container, buy $2 super. We call it super in the West Indies. And a box of match. And we were in business. Najaf Shah. It's a good delivery. Coming back into the right-hander, Shah. So Shah is bowling to his namesake, and the score is 2 without loss.
Yes, Najaf Shah, a captain of the side, Somerset Cavaliers. And Somerset Cavaliers is defending champion of this tournament. Last year they have won it. He has a lot of experience. He has won a couple of tournaments in the USA.
Two without loss. Shah continues from the southern end. He runs in and comes in on balls, and again a very good delivery by the big left-handed seamer. That one coming back into Shah, cramping him for room. He's able to get a single. You look at the back of Najaf Shah there, you can see spectators, a scattering of them.
3 without loss. Lush green outfield. And the rains today would help with that. Starting to get a bit chilly on the outside. Lenny will be donning his pullover very soon. It's a warm-blooded Guyanese, you know, from Perica, Wakingham, East Coast Demerara. This time, that's a lovely shot indeed. What he did there, Arana, was to pull away on the neon side to give himself room to free the levers and hit it over the infield and down to the boundary for 4.
Yes, first boundary from my Scorpions. And coming out of the bat of Steven, I was talking to him in the break. He loves coming here and he thinks this is a pure entertainment for the viewers all around the world. When I told him this is the first time the match is being live all over the world, he was surprised. And I told him to share our link as well.
So I'm sure he's going to get out pretty soon to go and share your link. Here Isha comes in, and that's a good delivery. Darting into the left hand. That's pushed away on the offside. That's a single. 8 without loss. Will the Scorpion be able to sting the Cavaliers? Cavaliers, they have some very explosive cricketers in their ranks. Andre Russell, Keena Lewis. So they're a star-studded team. Last year they won the title with Shah and Mohammad Khalil, the 2 men leading the fight. There goes Shah again. He leans forward, gathers momentum. That delivery is, in fact, he's struck, caught by Andre Russell at the edge of the circle, just looking to stand and deliver, flicking it away, and he is out caught. So Shah is out of here, courtesy Najaf Shah, and the score is now 8-1. Your assessment of that dismissal?
Yes, length ball, and Big Man is a great fielder. He doesn't like to drop catches, and one of the safest hand in the field, Andre Russell. So first wicket down after 8.
Cameron Jr. is the new batsman going in. So Big Shah strikes, 8-1. If you're playing a 10-over encounter, you want guys like Andre Russell and Keena Lewis on your team. So they're very explosive batsmen indeed. Exquisite Boca, you can see on the background there. Company owned by Zishon Qureshi, the captain of the US All-Stars. Big sponsors of this tournament this time around. Zishon taking the burden off Mac a bit. It's good to see.
Khalil is coming to the ball. First time in this match, and this is different because this is just a 10-over game, so each bowler can bowl two overs. And Muhammad Khalil is an international player, played a lot of domestic cricket, and been coming in USA and playing mostly leagues and tournaments in the USA.
Khalil comes in and bowl. Myberg is going over the fielder down there. The issue there was that he couldn't reach that one. He made a valiant attempt. But the top edge found pace on that one from Mohammad Khalil. And he was looking to pull it. Came on to him quicker than he anticipated. And the fielder getting there, but not being able to hold his balance. Balance is so important. And that goes away from him. Yes, Myberg now whipping this one down the ground and into the boundary for 4.
Yes, Tahir Khan was the fielder. He flew from Pakistan like 3 days ago and plays for Pakistan International Airline. He loves coming here too. Somerset Cavaliers had a lot of superstars, and USA All-Star team started with a star as well.
This time he gets the top edge again. Let's see if this will carry all the way. In fact, it does. So Myberg is getting into his work now. He goes on to 18. The score 20 for 1. And it's so important to hold your catches. I know it was a difficult one, but the previous delivery, Myberg got a top edge as he did this time. The top edge was so healthy this time, he was able to go over the ropes. The previous delivery, and the fielder not being able to make his ground in time to be stable and to hold a stable base to collect that catch. He flew 3 days ago, but he didn't on that occasion. And Myberg waits again. He advances down the track, clips it away to mid-on where he gets a single. Score goes on by 1 shot, the fielder. 21 for 1. This is the third over in progress. So the power play, just 1 over after this. In fact, this is the last over of the power play. 3 overs. Very simple to work out, Rana. If 26, 10 will be 3. This delivery finds the edge of the bat, goes down to third man, and that's another run. So, score goes on to 22 for 1. What do you think is a good score in a 10 over match?
By looking at Somerset Cavalier batting lineup, 10 and over, anything above 100. But to safe side, 120 plus.
Played this very late indeed. It runs down to third man, and he comes back nicely for 2s. So, Myberg takes the score on to 24 for 1. He's leading a lone hand. He's on 21 of that. It's the end of the third over.
Yes, end of the third over, end of the power play. 24 for 1. And they could have been 24 for 2 if Tahir Khan wouldn't drop the catch. But a great batting from Steven, showing his class over here. Made 21 runs just facing a 10 ball. And Kamran Sheikh Jr. is coming. Haven't scored run yet, but faced 1 ball. So run rate, we know, is healthy. 8 running over. Khalil was a bit expensive in his first over, went for 15.
What if it's healthy for a 10 over game? That's another discussion. Scorpions 24 for 1. Cameron Jr. would not have too much time to get going. Zaidi around the wicket, bowls a good delivery, comes it on with the arm, and
Asher
Cameron
Zadi.
Jr. gets a single. 25 for 1. This is over number 4.
Asher Zadi is an international player. He lives in England, from Essex. And he been around. He played BPL. He played PSL. And also in a Hong Kong league. This is his first time coming to US Open. He was surprised to see a lot of cricket over here. Setting up his own fielding. A good change from Najib Shah to bring the spinner after the power play.
Is Myberg down the track, and that is muscled away down too long for a single. He's looking to get on with things with only 10 overs available to him. He has faced just 11 for his 22, so that's excellent. That's a strike rate of 200.
Yes, very healthy strike rate. A dot ball from Asher Zadi. He's he's putting all his experience for this game. Scorpion versus Somerset Cavaliers. A better looking shot, just for one run. Wanted a second one, but Stephen told him no. And a good throw from Andre Russell. So far so good in this over, we know. Just a 3-run out of the 4 ball.
Sidey is bowling tidy. He's one of those stingy bowlers. Reminds me a lot of you, Rana. Not the bowling part. This time, this is cut over point. It's running away down to the sweeper's position and the boundary, and they're back for 2. 29 for 1.
Yes, 29 for 1. I think 1 and 2 is not going to hurt Somerset Cavaliers.
Definitely not. You know, you keep the strike, rotating, and you look for the bad balls. If they could get the singles, turn ones into twos, the bad balls will come, and Myburg has the ability to put it away.
After 4 over, 29 for 1. Here's Steven on 25. Kamran Jr. on 2, facing the 4 ball. And dear viewers who are joining us just now, this is just a 10 over game because it's been raining on Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And US Open T20 2018, bringing you all this live coverage. Thanks to our cameraman Tahseen Ahmed and Rashid, Mr. Asami, Mr. Nigel, and all the other cameramans. The whole media team are doing a great job. And we are looking at Vinod over here after 4 over for 30 runs. What's your analyzing on that? Another bowling change. Tahir Khan is coming to bowl. Tahir Khan plays a lot of domestic cricket. Full toss, but the fielder is there on the leg side, just for 1 run. $31 31 for 1.
$31 for 1. Myburg is on 26 and Cameron Jr. is on 2. This is over number 5, half of the allocation given for this encounter.
It was a white ball. So first.
Myburg goes down the ground. Luckily for him, he didn't time that as well. Had he done that, he could have well found himself in problems. 34 for 1. And keeping things reasonable here, the Cavaliers. Myburg trying to break loose. Here is Cameron. He's looking to get a single. There's a stutter. He starts, stops, and then gets home. But he's doing the right thing. He's looking to get Myburg on the strike. Myburg could thump the ball.
Good over so far from Tahir Khan. Just giving 5 runs after delivering 3 balls. But a good shot, but the protection was there. It's going to be just 1 run. Actually, they run for very hard. That's a good running between the wickets. So beg your pardon, 2 runs. 37 for 1. Steven is facing Tahir Khan.
Let's see what he does here. Another top edge. He seems to have a big top edge on that bat. And he is on his way. So, Myburg tried. But he has to leave the arena for 29 of 16 deliveries. And the score now 37 for 2. And that's a big breakthrough there, Rana.
Yes, dangerous batsman is gone now, making 29 of 16. And a good breakthrough from Tahir Khan. Najaf Shah is commanding the troops well over here. And a good control on this match from Cavaliers. 37 for 2. If I'm not mistaken, Mohammad Khalil had catched this ball. Johan is a new batsman.
And here comes Johan. Let's see. Needs to continue the good form that he has had so far in this tournament. Of course, he's coming off the back of a century. $37 for 2. This one on the legs of Junior. And just clips it around the corner for 1. So they need to go berserk in the last 5 overs or so. 38 for 2 after 5.
Half of the inning is gone already after 5 overs. 38 for 2. A good over from Tahir Khan. Just giving 8 runs and removing the dangerous man, Steven, who was cruising on one stage. We have to see and watch from here the next 5 over, Vinod. Where do you see a score from here?
I think they'll do well over the next 5 overs or so to get up there around 80. It's possible. It's not impossible. They have 8 wickets in hand. But Cameron, let's see. He's a big guy.
A good shot. Asher Zaid is to continue.
Misfield there, and they're going to go back for 2. $40 for 2. Bidsa Insurance Finder in the back, another sponsor. This time it's a lot of people like before. That might have been missing their leg stump. It was turning in very sharply. And not out says the umpire. So Zaidi can't make the breakthrough then for his team. Johan is yet to score. Cavaliers, they're bowling well. They're keeping it very tight.
Yes, a tight bowling from Zadi and Cavaliers.
Another good delivery coming on with the arm. And just seeping under the bat. Luckily for him, it went down to a short fine leg and not crashing into the stumps.
Asher Zadi keeping the line and length tight, and you can see he's drawing the ball with his shirt. A good shot with protection over there towards the long on. Tidy over from Asher Shah.
Tidy so far. 2 deliveries to go in the 6th over, and then there'll be a change in the commentary position with Shah Faisal coming in, your very good friend Ahmed, and he is going to replace you. Not that he could ever replace you. He will try at least. Inside edge down to the long leg boundary for 4. And the score goes on by 4 now to 47 for 2. And with 1 ball to go in this over still.
Yeah, Shav has just got in the commentary box and bring the luck for Scorpions. And boundary came after a long time, you know.
Yes. How do you see this game going? You seem to see things.
I think Somerset Cavaliers look is out.
Yes, he was bold. I was waiting for you to see that.
Yes.
47 for 3. The 3rd wicket goes, And Johan, who never showed an intention of permanence, is leaving the arena. And
Once-
that's the end of over number 6. So Cameron Jr. is still there. He's on 7 of 9. Johan leaves for 1. We're going to have a change in the commentary position now with Lenny and Shah Faisal both coming in to take us to over number 10.
Thank you very much, Vinod and Rana. Finally, we got some cricket after a long wait and a rain delay. It's been quite keenly contested so far, but being a 10-over contest, I think we can safely say that the Cavaliers have their noses in front after 6 overs. Welcome to Lenny in the Combox.
Thank you, Faisal. And if T20 cricket was always unpredictable, you can imagine what happens when it 60 balls aside. Ball taken on the pad here as goes bouncing out towards the offside. They go through for a leg by. Every single run will count. And we are in the 8th over. In fact, we are in the 7th over, sorry. And it's 47 for 3.
Yep, and Tahir Khan is in the attack from the northern end. This is his 2nd over. He's already provided a breakthrough. As Pavan is on strike now, facing up to Tahir. Slightly down the leg side. We'll have to wait for the umpire's signal. He's been given as a run.
Yeah, the umpires are Vijay Malela, one of the top umpires here. And also Aditya Gajar. Two serious umpire out in the middle. Ball getting on the edge and going straight into the hands of Andre Russell. And that's the end of another wicket here. Is 49 for 4.
Yeah, good bowling from Tahir Khan, and Andre Russell could not wish to have an easier catch than that. Big buckets, and the wickets are tumbling here. Smiles on the faces of the Cavaliers players. Tahir Khan has got his 2nd wicket of the night. 49 for 4, and it seems like the inning is going nowhere as Kamran Jr. takes the long walk back. 7 of 11 deliveries.
Yeah, they're beginning to lose wicket here. There's certainly their star batsman Stefan Myberg, who certainly factors among the fastest T20 international 50 in 17 balls. He tried, but couldn't get going today. And now they're struggling here at 49 for 4 still 21 balls remaining.
Yes, indeed, with the rain-shortened game, everything was happening too quickly at the beginning. Myberg went off the blocks quite quickly, but couldn't maintain the tempo. And you have to say the catching of the Cavaliers have been very good. Under difficult conditions, they've caught their catches, and they're well in front right now.
So another ball in the air going up to long on. In fact, Rusty Tehran, he comes around. A well-judged catch. And now it's 49 for 5. Consecutive wickets here of the bowling of the spinner.
Tahir Khan is on fire tonight, but more so the fielding of the Cavaliers with wet ball, damp outfield. They've caught their catches. It went miles in the air, and Rusty Tehran steadied himself underneath the ball into a good position. In the end, had to stretch a little bit to his right, but caught it safely. The good catching and excellent bowling has put the Cavaliers right in front, as Tahir Khan has now got 3 wickets in his 1.9 overs. 49 for 5, Scorpions.
Yes, Faisal, you did make mention of the catching by the Cavaliers team. It's always a little bit of challenge for sometime the fielder to catch in the night here. It's been overcast in the evening, and the lights, of course, coming on a little bit early. Let's take a look at that again, and Rusty Tehran keeping his eyes on the ball, hands in good position, And he held on to the 5th wicket here. It's 49 for 5.
An uphill task now for the remaining Scorpions batsmen. The cream of their batting is back in the hutch already. This Cavaliers bowlers and fielders have got a strong stranglehold, but a little bit of shoddiness in the field. It's cost him 2 runs, or is it? No! There's a run out here, and as they say, you never run off a misfield. This time it was an overthrow. They tried to attempt, but the fielder recovered really quickly and sent in a good return to Tahir Khan just by the stumps, and Tahir Khan took no time to remove Pawan. That's another breakthrough. And how many? 3 wickets in this over, Lenny? The innings have gone pear-shaped now for Scorpions.
Certainly, they're batting at 50 for 6. And a couple of wickets for Tahir Khan. 1 run out, a team wicket. And so that's the end of another wicket to fall here. So they're on the ropes here. And I got to say, the Somerset Cavaliers might have benefited from an earlier toss, in which the toss was tossed in perfect conditions for cricket. And that toss was retained while the match got delayed by several hours. So what a toss to win and keep.
Yeah, that's a wonderful point you make, Lenny, because the decision they made at the beginning to put Scorpions in, at that time it was a 20-over game. And even then, we were talking to this Cavaliers captain, and he said he had in mind that it's going to rain. And second time round, it's easier to plan your innings. But it turned out even better because the game never started. So a wonderful toss to win. Luck of the coin went in the favor of Cavaliers. But you can take nothing away from what they've showed us in the field and with the ball.
So the score is 50 for 6. Pawan Kahar and Anis David out in the middle. And we've seen 7 overs completed already here. Faisal, Somerset Cavaliers playing like a champion, and they haven't looked any less sharper than last year as their good form continues.
Absolutely right, Lenny. And the Scorpions have been stung badly, and they're still suffering from that with only 3 overs to go. And the quality of the bowling of the Cavaliers, that to come 3 overs. Najaf is coming back for his 2nd over, and Andre Russell has yet to bowl in this innings, and they have reduced Scorpions to 50 for 6 without his contribution.
Yes, certainly we've seen Russell, such a talented cricketer, but certainly not been used too much, and that is because the likes of Najaf Shah, Mohammed Khalil, Tahir, and Zaidi has taken their fair share of the bowling burden. So Russell can be relieved. A little ball flicked in the air. Fielder comes and gets a bit of play. Ball does not go to hand. The umpire's hands are up, and is gone for 6. So a good-looking shot here in the end from the bat of Pawan Kahar. He picks up 6. Is 56 for 6.
He hardly seemed to have hit it. Just the flick of the wrist, the flick of bottom hand, get the elevation over the diving Tahir Khan, just over the rope, and a much-needed boundary 6 for the Scorpions, and they seem to be breaking the shackles now.
That's a good-looking shot from Pawan Kahar. He goes up to 8. And Shaw gets another good ball in, and just coming back to the bowling attack here of Somerset Cavaliers, and that's the strength of their bowling attack when you're not using Russell in a full spell. I mean, the other night we saw Russell bowl. He went for quite a few, but they still won handsomely. So it's the power strength of the Somerset Cavaliers team again this year.
Yeah, the strength and the depth they have in their bowling lineup is quite evident to see. And Tahir Khan, who went for plenty the other night, he came to the party tonight and took 3 wickets. As we watch Najaf.
So ball, could it go to hand? It falls in front of Tahir Khan. But good intent shown here by Pawan Kahar. He goes up to 10.
Yeah, you say the right word, Lenny. Good intent, because that's what they desperately need. And because it's a no-card game, it's a shortened game, you never know. Any target can be tricky. If you get a couple early wickets and set the cat among the pigeons of the opposition.
Yes, and certainly you've got to say the conditions are not what it used to be earlier on in the day. We've had a rain for like 2 or 3 hours, and then some mopping up work by the groundsmen. So you can imagine that the outfield is still a little bit damp. And the groundsman has done a lot of work to get things going here. So ball tugged into the onside again. Russell is there. The batsman crosses for 1, 59 for 6. Kahar is giving this game a good showing so far. Very productive, 5 ball 10.
He's provided a little bit of impetus in this over. 59 for 6 with only 14 balls to go. Scorpions could do well by getting up to a target of anything above 80 from the position they were in. Only time will tell if it will be enough, but it would still be regarded as good effort for the lower order batsman.
So ball played up towards the offside. They're running quickly. Will certainly stay for 1. They've lost a lot of wickets, so very good call by staying for 1. So some 13 balls remaining, 60 for 6.
I wonder if the top guns, the Myberg brothers, would, even though it's a 10-over game, but still watch 13 balls to go and you lower order batting, sometimes they may think that they had more time than they thought and went too hard too early.
So Najaf Shah, if he wins this year, it'll be the 3rd victory for a team in the US Open. Won 1 year with US All-Stars. Won last year with Somerset Cavaliers. And the way things have gone here for Cavaliers, a very good series for them up until this point.
60 for 6 after 8. Anis was looking for the big swing, ran to the car corner, cleared his front leg, but the left arm angle took the ball away from him. Never got anywhere close to that. And a good over under the circumstances by Najaf. His spell is ended for the day. Two overs, 1 for 16.
Yeah, they're fast bowling. Yeah, the fast bowling repertoire of Somerset Cavaliers is not in need at all. Rusty Tehran, Najaf Shah, and Mohammed Khalil. As a captain, Shah, if you were captaining the Somerset Cavalier team, you can literally throw the new ball to any of the 3, and they'll give you a superb display on their day.
Absolutely, and you throw in the mix the quality spinners as well, the way the trend is these days with spins starting the innings. So it makes captaining a lot easier when you have that kind of resources at your disposal.
So Rusty Tehran, 6 tests, 65 1 international and 40 T20 international. Very experienced player, and he plies his trade in the US these days. Ball played up towards the offside. They're running quickly, as you can imagine. And that'll take the score up to 6-1 for 6. 11 balls remaining.
Khalil stayed at the back, just at the edge of the circle, which shows that the Cavaliers don't mind singles at this stage.
Yeah, Shaw, if you're bowling in the death here and 10 balls remaining and you're not going across the ropes or you're not going over the ropes, you're bowling well.
Yeah, you're right, Lenny. And as you said, Tehran he's very experienced. He's played in different leagues around the world, besides playing for South Africa. He knows what he's doing.
So Cavaliers have brought the big guns out this year already. A win in the bag last year. Oh, cut away nicely. That's a lovely shot. And it goes away for 4. Much needed boundary. 65 for 6.
Good improvisation from Anis. He just backed away from his stumps. It was Pawan, beg your pardon. He's created his own room and just played it very, very late. And away from the third man fielder. Tahir Khan was inside the ring on short third man. As you said, a much needed boundary. 65 for 6 after 8.2.
Yeah, Pawan Kahar is playing a good knock here, considering what has really happened. They've lost quite a few wickets, and he has come in here and he has held his own. He is going to every ball. He works out to every ball that he faces. He has scored a couple of runs, and he has been quite cavalier. 65 for 6. We've got 10 balls remaining, and the former South African international runs in. Oh, that's the ball of the series. A good ball to bowl in conditions in which batsmen are looking to swing for the fences.
Yeah, typical response by the fast bowler. Doesn't matter if it's a 20-over game or a 10-over game. He didn't like being hit for 4 by a late order batsman. Just clearly want to let him know who's the boss here.
So 9 balls remaining. They're batting a 65 for 6 if you're watching the feed. This is a 60 ball aside game. A game reduced to 10 overs aside. Ball cut away. Russell is there. They'll scamper through for 1.
All 6 on the scoreboard. 66 for 6. And Pawan needs to try his best to give a grandstand finish in the remaining 8 deliveries, because his contribution has been very important so far. But a few big blows can keep his team in the hunt.
So they'll run through for 1. The keeper comes up quickly, misses the stumps. In fact, yeah, he missed the stumps. And it's 67 for 6.
A good slow delivery from Rusty Tehran. Judge the intentions of the batsman, who's backing away looking for some pace. Almost got through his defenses. Toe end of the bat. The non-striker responded quick enough to get home safely. 67 for 6 now. Only 7 balls left. What do you think, Lenny? What can be a good target in 10 overs?
Well, the good target seems out of the possibility here. Cut away. Tahir Khan accepts a well-judged catch. And that's the end of Pawan Kahar for 15, 67 for 7.
Excellent bowling from Tehran and good fielding once again from the Cavaliers. Tahir Khan judged that very, very nicely. It was a high ball once again. Just positioned himself. Had plenty of time to do that. And pouched it very, very safely. Pretty close to the fence. Turned around and had a look, but he was well placed inside the rope. And Pawan's little cameo has come to an end. 67 for 7 now with only 6 balls. And Scorpions are looking down the barrel here.
Well, they've got to go for every shot that they can possibly swing at. So there's no fault in blaming any of the batsmen to get out. That's part of the risk here.
Yeah, you're right about that, Lenny. But Pawan tried his best. He went for the big one, even the delivery that he got out to. But no, he perished in the cause. Rahil is the new one. He's joined Anis now. They crossed over, so Rahil is on strike. And Khalil has been given the responsibility for the last over.
Oh, that's a good shot. Straight into the hands of Rusty Tehran. And another wicket goes down here. 67 for 8.
Once again, yet another catch by the Cavaliers. Went for the cute little ramp, Rahil, but Khalil judged the plot. It was slow delivery, not much pace on the ball. And Cavaliers have caught their catches. Good display in the field. And Scorpions are stung at 67 for 8.
So Khalil picks up his first wicket, but there we go, straight into the hands of Rusty Tehran. And you've got to say good captaincy, good field placing. Super perfect. So Khalil continues. New batsman is Cameron Sheikh Senior. And he gets going straight away, a single. Not really a threat here to Cavaliers. They'll be happy with the ball playing into the interiors and not crossing the ropes.
Absolutely. And Lenny, to your earlier point, it seems a very, very easy game when all your plans work and the execution is good. But on days like this, when it works, it feels really, really good and satisfying.
Yeah, their catching has been good. Tahir Khan commentator's curse perhaps, and may have gone for 6. In fact, 4. So he's gone for 4. And a missed opportunity there from Tahir Khan. 68 for 8.
We did it again, Lenny. Put the bonkers on them. Commentators curse, praising how they've took all their catches. And it burst through the hands of Tahir Khan. I think it hit the rope on the full. He was furious with himself. He didn't want to be part of that on a night where the fielding display has been very good. He got very disappointed. But on the other end, Kamran Senior and Anis wouldn't mind those extra runs. They're into the 70s now with only 3 balls to go. 72 for 8.
Sir Khalil possibly denied for his 2nd wicket, but in context of what has happened, he still has bowled well. Ball chopped into the offside. It could come back for a couple of runs. And certainly every run will count here. They go up to 72 for 8. In fact, make that 74 for 8. As Cameron Sheikh Senior and Anis Davids. They're battling here against Somerset Cavaliers.
22 Khalil has gone for in his 10 deliveries tonight for 1 wicket. He was taken to cleaners by Myberg earlier in the piece.
So ball hammered down the onside again, and Faisal later on coming up in one of semi-final time. And California Bears will be taking on
the US All-Stars?
I think that
Atlanta Griffins. I beg your pardon.
I think if I'm reading it correctly, they're taking on the winner here. But we'll confirm that as the keeper gets onto the ball. Now they're gonna come back for 2. Could be 2 byes. We'll wait and see. Byes is the call. So 77 for 8.
Bit of a messy finish to the innings as Khalil tried to back up the wicket keeper from the striker's end, and the wicket keeper threw at the non-striker's end. Nobody backing up. So 2 runs to finish the innings. 77 for 8. Scorpions could muster. At the required rate for the Cavaliers, it's going to be 7.72. Anis finished with 11. And at this stage, Cavaliers would be delighted with their night's work so far. In a reduced over game, they turned up on the button and they've done their skills, and their plans were executed perfectly. Scorpions, after a blistering start, found hard to keep up the momentum for the entire 10 overs. Results in a modest 77 of 8. Anis tried at the end, but he made 11 of 8 deliveries. As we watch the music being played here, and the festivities and the razzmatazz continue. Little bit spoilers by the rain, but everything is back in normal order now, and some more exciting cricket coming our way. We will have no further interruptions from rain. We probably have a lot more coming tonight as well, not only just in cricket, but some entertainment and music as well.
Yes, Shaw. It doesn't look like any threat of rain. And the fact that this is a lighted facility, so darkness is not a problem at all. The organizer may just have to ask the officials here at the county to maybe extend the hours of when the light goes off. And I think that's pretty much in order. But that's what's happening here. A lot of fun. It's a frolic event. Not only cricket, but like you mentioned, the girls are out and dancing again. And the mascot is there, our good friend. He was in the comm box yesterday with costume off. And we had a good chance to see who he or she really is. So we can't let that out of the bag, whether it's a girl or a boy. That's for our little secret there. But he's in the thick of things. He seems to be enjoying those moments. He's not a big cricket fan, as he admitted. So that's where you'll find him. And he's doing a splendid job. Although I've been told he hasn't rehearsed with the girls. But you wouldn't know that because he seems pretty much in sync.
Yeah, he does. And talking of sterling job, we all have to thank the ground staff as well. They did a sterling job after all the rain. They're the ones who made this possible for us to enjoy the rest of the evening of entertainment in cricket. And that comes with the music and festivity, as Lenny was saying.
Your mic is closed now, you know that. After 77 for 8. It's been closed. Well, I'll see you both of it.
Okay, well, they know that. So what? Okay, well.
So we don't have cards never show.
Good stuff. So the mics are working? The mics are working, but they just cut us off.
After the evening?
Yeah, but they cut us off.
Yeah. No, his mic was not working good. You can see on the Facebook page.
Okay, Keenar Lewis.
They say Griffin and
California Bear and
Beer
Griffin.
and Griffin.
Yeah, 15 years old.
Cavaliers in US. I mean, the winner of this and the US All Star.
Okay. So make
Can you
that
check
for me.
the RB live now or no?
No, there's nothing left.
Nothing live? On maqtv page? Because check if the mics are working now.
So we're back with the cricket here. Keenar Lewis has come out with We'll confirm the other batsman. Could be Shahir Hassan. And so batting strength here for Somerset Cavaliers. They're enjoying a very good tournament. And we're just about getting ready here as we see Vijay Malela, the umpire, is trying to get the attention of the Sung crew to that they're ready for a restart here. And welcome back, Faisal Shah.
Thank you very much, Lenny. And yeah, we are all set for the run chase. Lewis was in sublime form last night at his brutal best. And Shahir also contributed with a good knock. Let's see the Scorpions, what they have got in stores in terms of their bowling. 77 is all that they have to defend. You've seen funny things happen on a cricket field, so you have to wait and see which way this game go. I'm sure being a knockout game and Scorpions have made it that far, they won't let it go that easy, Lenny.
Just trying to make sure that the scores are put in place and everything is ready, and so we'll have to wait a little bit. Malela wants to get going, and these umpires are very strict on their control of time in this tournament, in this series, and always trying to get the game moving along. So we get the signal here from the scoring crew. Lewis and Hassan are the opening pair, and Anis Davids given the ball.
A little bit of swing into the batsman and swing off the bat by Lewis. The field is set. Two sweepers on the onside. Lewis off the mark. And Cavaliers are off the mark as well.
So this tournament enjoying a huge global presence. Anis Davids comes out of South Africa. Shahir Hassan. Oh, what a ball here from Anis Davids. Hassan is yorked, and a wicket falls off the second ball.
That's a peach of a delivery from Hassan. And I beg your pardon, from Anis. And it swung really late into right-hander Hassan. Looking to play too far across the line. Went underneath his bat as Anis celebrate. And that's the much-needed breakthrough. Cavaliers are 1 for 1.
Yeah, just what Scorpions needed. Second ball wicket, and what a ball from Anis Davids. And so far he's equaled the score with the amount of wicket, 1 for 1. A wicket off his second ball. Brilliant start to his bowling spell. A spell of only 2 overs.
Yeah, it swung very, very late. At decent pace. And Shahir, who was looking to play it a bit too square, nothing away from Anis. That was a terrific delivery. We watch once again. Started from way outside the off stump and swung back late. Hit the timber.
A similar ball. Oh, what a take there from the wicketkeeper. Marshall comes out and gets a brilliant ball off the bowling of Davids.
Anis has got that ball talking. As we've been saying, the lights are on. There's plenty happening in the air. A lot of swing, and always the left-hander becomes a dangerous bowler, and he has the ability to bowl that ball back into the right-hander.
So Marshall gets one through the gap. Lovely shot. Couple of bounces, and it goes away for 4.
That's the experience of Marshall for you. He didn't try to hit it too hard. That one swung too. Marshall just chipped it over the infield. Excellent timing. Couple of bounces and 4 runs.
Yeah, he's having a good series, that Marshall. Already a triple figure in this series. He joins a very small club, a club of 7 or 8 individuals who scored 100. Oh, Marshall goes high into the night. Oh, fielder is running back. Always a difficult one. And Marshall gets a couple of runs. Ball in the air for a very long time. And it appears that one of the Myberg boys might have run back. Always difficult. And he does not hold on. Marshall picks up a couple of runs.
was an extremely difficult catch. Went into the air and a long, long way. And Marshall swiveled around underneath the ball. Couldn't get hold of it.
So ball played up towards the offside. Fielder giving chase. Running up towards the cover boundary. And Marshall picks up another couple of runs. So he's been quite productive. He's up to 8. And the score goes up to 9 for the loss of 1.
Marshall could barely reach that one. That was too wide. Got off the toe end of the bat, but found the gap. 2 more runs. Marshall has come out all guns blazing now.
Yeah, there's certainly he has batted extremely well so far. Marshall with 8. Lewis is on 1. And they have lost Hassan. A brilliant first ball.
And Marshall is lucky to be there. I know it was a very, very difficult chance. But the difference is that defending such totals, you got to take everything that come your way. And Cavaliers showed that earlier in the field. They were exceptional with their catching.
Yes, Shaw, you're right on that. When you're defending small totals, you've got to make even a half chances, full chances. And you've got to accept everything that comes along. The bowler has given you an opportunity to get a wicket. And Myberg, a very difficult one, but still some bit of amazing catching would have make a big difference. Ball and another wicket goes down here. So Lewis is gone, caught at first slip. And the second wicket goes down for Somerset Cavaliers. It's 9 for 2.
And Sufyan Sharif, the Scottish international, into the attack and straight away gets the breakthrough for his team as Lewis went for a wide delivery, but it was swinging. An excellent take at the slip just above his head, and the breakthrough has been provided once again. Cavaliers have lost 2 wickets now, and Sufyan Sharif has got the wicket off his very first delivery.
Yeah, brilliant start to a 2-over bowling spell. And just inducing the edge, a big expansive drive from Kinar Lewis, the Talawa player. And that's the end of him, 9 for 2. Zaidi comes out to the middle. Saeed Ashar Zaidi, ex-Essex T20 player. And he comes in here with some bit of batting work to do here, Shah. They're batting at 9 for 2.
Yeah, but if you look at the pedigree of the Cavaliers side, even Ashar Zaidi, he's a known match winner on his own day, in his own right. So Sufyan would need to keep coming up with wickets.
Oh, a diving stop from a wide ball going down the leg side.
It's again good shape from Sufyan, but misdirected this time. He's a very, very tall lad and got the ball to bounce and swing, but misdirected. He's played 36 ODIs. Sufyan, he's a Scottish international, and if you remember, he was the one who bowled the last over and won the game for Scotland against England. As Ashar said, he gets behind that one. Nice lifting delivery.
Yeah, we've seen good bowling here from Sharif, a very experienced player considering comes out of Scotland, and would have played several one international as Shaw mentioned. So Zaidi yet to get off the mark. They're batting at 10 for 2. Kane ball sliding down the leg side. Called a wide here from umpire Gajar. And Raheel, the wicketkeeper, he has done well to mop up some ball going down the leg side. And those ball, if it gets away from the keeper, could go for 5 wide. So he has done well to block up a couple of balls that is badly misdirected by the bowler. 11 for 2.
He looks at the crease, suggesting he's having trouble with his landing with all that rain around. But Sharif has played 29 T20 internationals with 32 wickets, and his best bowling at that level is 4 for 24. Very, very exciting pace bowler coming out of Scotland.
Another good delivery here. Zaidi can score. So Sharif has really come into his own. Only a couple of runs from the over. An over in which, in fact, a couple of wides, really. And in fact, the first ball would have gotten the wicket of Keenar Lewis, and Keenar Lewis is one of the big bats in this tournament.
As we're talking about him last night, he was at his belligerent best, hitting some massive hits with all his power and muscle. But Sharif pouched him on his very first delivery.
So Marshall is on 8. They scamper through for 1 finally. And in fact, strikes the stump. The appeal goes up. And the umpire says not out.
Wow, the Scorpion boys are stunned. They're just looking at the umpire, looking at each other. They thought they got Zaidi. Terrific piece of fielding. Slight hesitation as well. A direct hit as Zaidi was trying to make his ground. He slid his bat. The reactions suggest that he was short, but umpire was in excellent position to make the decision. And he ruled that Zaidi has made his ground off the mark. Ashar Zaidi, 12 for 2.
Yeah, good fielding there from the man outside the off stump. Zaidi survives. He gets off the mark with a single. And now the fluent Xavier Marshall on 8. And they're batting at 12 for 2 in the second over. Brilliant bowling so far here from Sofian Sharif. He's bowled extremely well, considering defending a small total. A game half the length of a T20 match. And he runs in again to bowl to Marshall. And Marshall is playing and missing outside the off stump. Ball going through to Raheel.
It's such a shame with the talent that's on display that we lost so much time due to rain. But you can watch Sharif bowl all day. He's been bowling brilliantly. He's a tall lad. All the pace and the movement that he's got has put the Cavaliers batsmen in quite a bit of a difficulty. Already removing the inform Lewis.
And a couple of slips in place. Marshall goes through the onside and will run away for 4. So he beats the man at wide mid-on. And Marshall taking on Sofian. And in the end, a victory here for Somerset Cavaliers, 16 for 2.
Yeah, Marshall being an international player himself, he's up to the challenge of Sharif. Short of length, Marshall picked up the length very quickly, slightly in the air, but away from the fielder, and skids off the turf to hit the boundary fence. Good end to the over for Cavaliers. They've moved to 16 for 2, but an excellent over from Sufyan.
Yes, Shah, and that's the predicament that the captain will have here. The bowling spells are so short. There are 2 of his bowling spell. What do you do with Sufyan and Anis Davids, who has bowled relatively well considering what has happened here?
Well, in my opinion, wickets are the key here. If Somerset Cavaliers have wicket in hand at the end, no runs will be safe. So they need wickets up top, like what happened in Scorpions innings. They were 5 down pretty quickly. So if I was the captain, I would let Sufyan another over.
Yeah.
Try and see if he can remove Marshall and Zaidi and set cat amongst the pigeons.
Yes, Shah, in other words, you're saying you play your trump cards at this stage. You want to get all the pressure in early.
It's such a short duration, 10 overs. There's hardly any chance of a comeback, so why not?
So the captain perhaps have heard you, and Anis Davids continue with a slip in place and a man at backward point in catching position here. So Anis David comes out of South Africa. And if South African people are watching, it's almost like 2 o'clock in the morning over there. So not too sure if people might be up watching Anis Davids here in Broward County. Not a beautiful outswinger. This is a limited over game, and every ball that goes by and that is not scored from.
Such an interesting passage of play here. The ball is moving around, and the left-hand, right-hand combination working in favor at the moment of Cavaliers, because the way Anis was bowling, bringing the ball back into the right-hander, he would have troubled Marshall, but he's stuck at non-striker end.
Yes, I did see Marshall going down to Zaidi. Ball driven. Well, beats the man. Short mid off and goes away for 4. What a shot from Zaidi. Finally breaks some pressure here. And he goes up to 5. It's 20 for 2.
Zaidi meets fire with fire now. Full pitch delivery swinging. But Zaidi went for it. Found the middle of the bat. Excellent placement at the same time. No chance for the fielder. And as I say, the talent on display is providing some scintillating cricket here.
Yeah, I was talking to Zaidi earlier on in the series, and he says he's making a move from Essex T20. They use him for T20 format. He's going to Northamptonshire now, and he's also taking up some coaching.
Yeah, he's a hot property when it comes to T20 Blast in the UK because of his prowess not only with the bat but with the ball as well.
Oh, he comes down the track, a commanding shot. And it's gone one bounce for four. So a good-looking shot from Zaidi coming down the track and lifting the ball deliberately over the 30-yard circle. And he goes up to 9. It's 24 for 2.
Sensational batting from Asher Zaidi, charging down the wicket. Anis is bowling full to get that movement. But Zaidi got there and took it on the half volley, lifted over the infield. Another boundary.
So required rate 7.5. They're going at 8.4. And you get the impression with a couple of fours in this over, the pendulum has probably tilted a little bit back now to Somerset Cavaliers. But it's far from over. Ball turned into the onside. A good relief single here. Marshall will be on strike. In fact, Marshall will be out of strike as the over comes to an end. And that means Zaidi, when play resumes, will be the man on strike.
And that's experience for you, Lenny. Zaidi, after hitting 2 big shots, dropped the ball with soft hands away from any fielder and crossed over for a single. He's hogging the strike. The bowling is good, but the batting is even better, and the contest is fascinating.
So 53 runs needed from 42 balls, and the good thing here about the fielding side, there are more runs than deliveries remaining. That's a good advantage. So we'll have to wait and see. Could it be Sharif? I think he is taking off, and could be a new bowler here. We'll pick that up.
We'll have to see if that's the right choice. But the Scorpion skippers is stringing changes. I won't blame them for that. They want to try everything. I mean, the batsmen, you have to say, let him down with a slightly modest total in the field. It's nothing to lose for them. So they want to keep chopping and changing, keep asking the questions from the Cavaliers batsmen. As Lenny said, they only need 53 of 42 balls with 8 wickets in hand.
So Murtaja given the ball here. Very important passage of play. And Zaidi we saw in the last over a couple of big boundaries. He's a very clever player as that Zaidi survived a big run out skier. And you've got to give the umpires some bit of credit here. Even at the international level, it's not easy to adjudicate direct hits, but he had to make a choice. Technology not available here yet.
You're right. Umpires have got to do all in that split second. With no use of technology, they don't have a second chance like we do. But talking of Zaidi's experience, tip and run, he's realized the conditions and situation that one of them batsmen, they need to keep batting for a while, whilst the other one can take the attack to the opposition.
So Marshall with a couple of fours. He's on 12. He's batted quite fluently in this game, Shah. He hasn't come in and be bogged down by the situation and certainly what has happened. And we'll have to wait and see what happens now. Murtaja runs in. Oh, Marshall gets a good delivery ball that seemed to have come back from the off stump. And they scamper through. In fact, they did not. So Marshall will retain strike 26 for 2.
And that was a good delivery from Murtaja. Nipped in quite sharply to Marshall, but was clearly missing the leg stump. There wasn't much of an appeal, but still good bowling. Murtaja seems to have a bit of pace about him.
Yeah, he does. He runs in again. Marshall gets another good delivery. So good bowling here. And you've got to give the Florida Scorpions some bit of credit here. They've brought out all the tricks and trade to defend their 77. And in this context of T10 game, you never know what can happen. If T20 is unpredictable, you can imagine what 10-10 is.
You're right, but it's exciting nonetheless. In fact, very exciting. So
we've seen 3 dot balls here off the bowling of Murtaja. In fact, the first ball went for a single, and then he's followed up with 3 dots. He can't ask for a better spell.
And still this time again, he beat Xavier's attempted pull shot. It got onto him a little quicker than what Xavier was expecting. It was splice at the bat. As I was saying, he's got a bit of pace about him. He's got a bit of fight in him.
So Cavaliers continue their winning ways, and we were talking about their played up towards the offside. Protection always out there once the power plays are done. And these days, Shaw, in T20 cricket, that position, the deep cover position, is always protected, no matter what series, what game. There we go, trying to force the ball through the offside. But there's always protection in the deep after the power plays.
It's very hard to protect the onside boundaries against pace, because if the batsmen decide to go for the big one with these bats and short boundaries these days, even top edges fly for sixes. So bowlers try to go wide of the stumps on the offside, trying to pack that area to prevent the big boundaries.
Yes, Shaw making a go play and a miss here by Zaidi, very close to the off stump. As the ball goes through to Raheel, the keeper. That completes the over. Marshall will be on strike. 27 for 2, 4 gone. And so that brings the equation down. 51 needed from 36 ball. 51 needed from 36. And we've seen a partnership here of 18 in a T10 game. Very important one, considering they've lost their couple of wickets. Shahir Hassan without scoring. And Kinar Lewis, the big hitter, for 1, 27 for 2.
See, one good over, Lenny, can change the equation. Already it's 36, and the required run is jumped above 8. It's 8.5 to be precise. And in T10, as we say, there's very little time for comeback. So a couple of good overs for the bowling side could really pin down the batting side, as we saw in that one Tahir over. He took 3 wickets, and the Scorpions never flown off after that, and their innings just tamed towards a very timid end.
So Cameron Sheikh, senior, has been given the ball, and he comes in here at 27 for 2. Spin for the first time. And we'll come into bowl to Marshall. Marshall is on 13. Oh, short and pulled away over square leg. And it's gone the distance. 6 for Marshall. It's 33 for 2.
Asking for trouble, too short, and Marshall is too good a player to miss out on that. Absolutely smashed it, and it went a long, long way, breaking the shackles after the good over.
Yeah, we've seen good bowling from this end. Davids held it pretty tight, and now Cameron Sheikh Senior has gone for 6 off his first ball, so really not a good start for the captain once. And again, Marshall goes through the square leg area. Fielder does well to keep the ball to only a single. But Marshall continues to be a flamboyant player here today. He's up to 20. It's 34 for 2.
Wasn't as short as the previous one, so Marshall couldn't get underneath it. And a terrific stop at the boundary, restricting the scoring to just 1.
So 44 to win from 34. Zaidi is on 11, the partnership of 25 between the pair. They have lost a couple of wickets quite quickly. The first wicket fell at 1. Second wicket fell at 9. Since then, we have seen somewhat of a good recovery. Oh, that's the that's the shot in the repertoire of batsmen these days that they always had, but now they're coming out of the closet.
Yeah, but Zaidi was struggling to reach his ground. That was a poor throw from the keeper. Gave him opportunity to complete the run, but he seems scurrying down.
Yeah, single
Short
for
man, Zaidi.
A single for Zaidi. May have gotten a tick on that one. Oh, Marshall now. The bat comes out of the hand. Yeah, but I don't know if from your part of the world, Shah, but the part that I came from in the West Indies, there used to be a saying that when you play street cricket, if the bat comes out of the batsman's hand and you catch it, the batsman is out. At least that's how in the West Indies the custom was.
Yeah, there's a similarity in subcontinent as well, especially Pakistan. If that ball, the bat goes flying, You just get to be the first one to get the bat and give it a kiss, and you will be the next man in. You get your turn.
Yeah, the news coming out of Big Bash, I understand that they're going to scrap the toss and now do a bat flip to decide batting or bowling first.
I don't know about Caribbean, but that's once again a thing that's used a lot in street cricket in Pakistan.
Oh, it's gone for 6. Marshall on the fire. He goes up to 41. Marshall goes up to 26. And that is Marshall's second 6 of the innings. He's batting well.
Marshall's gone up to 26. Kamran Senior is under severe pressure, and he's let the Cavaliers off the hook after some excellent bowling at the beginning. But Marshall have just hit that one. It was short down the leg side, asking for trouble. As I said, Marshall is too good a player to let these kind of gifts go away.
Yeah, Malayla, the umpire is just making sure that the drone is out of the playing area. And Marshall is trying to go big again. May have gotten an edge. We'll wait and see. Running up towards the fine leg boundary. And he's gone for byes. So every run, every byes, every extra will be counted. 45 for 2.
It's a missed opportunity. Kamran Senior has no luck at all as he beat Marshall with a good delivery. As he was looking to heave him over long on. And the keeper also failed to gather the ball cleanly. I believe Marshall's back foot was moving, but keeper never got hold of the ball, and also cost 5 runs. 45 at the halfway stage. With the equation, after one bad over, it's come right back in Cavaliers' favor. 33 of 30 balls. The time running out for the Scorpions. Let's see what kind of options they want to use again, because they need to keep taking wickets here.
So we'll wait and see. Marshall has batted extremely well. He's up to 26 from just 15 balls. Sharif will finish up here, and if Sharif can reproduce one of his earlier brilliance in his first over, we are in for a good bowling treat here.
Yes, Scorpions had to bring back their ace fast bowler in order to dislodge this pair.
So ball taken on the pad here. Zaidi is on 12, and you get the impression that Zaidi, such a smart cricketer, he wants to give up the strike to Marshall, who's been quite fluent, and you can see he makes special effort to really get Marshall coming down 22 yards.
Yes, smart thinking, but it was too close to the fielder. As we watch our drone at work, what a beautiful sight this is. Absolutely stunning views from the central Broward Park. As Sufyan once again, has Zaidi got away from strike this time? Yes, he has.
Yeah, very good. Smart play from Zaidi. Just realizing that Marshall is on the go. You don't want to get him cold. He's warmed up, and the engine is running smoothly. All you need to do is to allow the engine to really get going, and that's exactly what Zaidi is doing. He's playing into the hands of Marshall here. And Marshall had batted extremely well. He's up on 26. And you could see that when he strode to the middle, he meant business. As soon as Shahir Hassan, the batsman, got yorked, Marshall was quickly off the bench and walked out quite quickly. So he meant business.
You're right. And another interesting thing of that byplay is, as you rightly mentioned, players like Marshall, when he's in the groove, you don't want to starve him of strike, because you know the capabilities and the talents he has. Once he's hot, he can be really hot and take the game away from the opposition.
So Marshall, not the intended shot, ball choked. And he gets a single out to a short mid-on position. He goes up to 27. Zaidi comes back into play. And a very strong put-together Somerset Cavaliers, the likes of Zaidi, Marshall, Kinar Lewis, Shahir Hassan. Here we go. The youths are having what you call a youth cup, part of the US Open this year. So they're enjoying themselves. A bit disappointing when the rain fell, and so were we, but they're back out quite quickly.
Zaidi charges Sufyan. Didn't quite get hold of that, but enough to get him across for 2 runs. You're right about that, Lenny. The kids are having fun. Here you go once again. And it's been an excellent initiative to start the Youth Cup as being part of the US Open. And they waited patiently. And now they're getting the chance to play. Very good to see.
A ball pulled into the onside and it goes away for 4. So a commanding shot from Zaidi, and it brings up the 50. He's batted well.
Sufyan just got a bit too predictable with his short pitch length, and Zaidi picked that up very quickly and lifted it over square leg. Good batting from Zaidi, and as we keep saying, the skill level in this game from both the batsmen and the bowlers of both teams is quite high. It's very, very interesting to watch.
Again, and this one even further. And it's gone all the way over backward square. 6 runs to Zaidi. 59 for 2.
The quicker they come, the quicker they go. This is one of the biggest 6 of the tournament. Zaidi got hold of that all right. Once again, short of length from Sufyan, and he picked the length very, very quickly. He absolutely nailed that.
Yeah, 9 runs in the over. It has certainly brought the game very close to the camp of Somerset Cavaliers. And we were counting last night, Shaw, as we take another look at a beautiful stadium here, well lighted. The rain today may have given it that extra green color.
Yeah, the colors is absolutely amazing. The picture is stunning. And it'll be very fascinating to watch that replay from drone, the Zaidi 6, the way it flew into the night sky.
Yeah, certainly the game, with 19 runs to win from 24 balls. It appears that Somerset Cavaliers are on their way again into another semi. And we were doing some counting and we were backtracking last night, and this could be their 9th or 10th game on a winning streak, because their road to the championship last year would have meant that they would have had to win their quarterfinal, their semi-final, the championship game, and then of course their group stages. And here they have certainly repeated that.
Marshall's got hold of that as well. That's gone. That's even bigger. Zaidi applauds, and Marshall has really nailed that one, and he really enjoyed that one. That's a fantastic stroke.
Well, that's a gift, an early Christmas gift here for Marshall. It's come at the right time. Christmas season. Here we go. Ball tossed it up on Marshall on the volley, just out of the park here at Broward County. And it's gone all the way, 65 for 2.
As we see Zaidi clapping his hands with his bat, just give him a celebration of Marshall's 6. We got a little hold up because we can't find that ball now. We got to get another one.
Yes, Shaw. The expense of the competitions committee now has gone up by 1 cricket ball.
We really enjoyed that. That was a spectacular hit from Marshall. See, he's not a big man, not a massive man, but the power in that hit, and the bat swing, the bat speed, he got really the sweet part of the bat.
Yes.
Flew and flew.
Yes, Shaw. I did notice that Marshall came out quite positive, and you know, your body language sometimes tells you a lot. And here we see the third umpire here running with a box of balls, and just making sure that another ball is being replaced here as play will continue. But Marshall means business tonight, and he has really given them a good showing here. He's up to 33 with a century already in the series.
The way he swung at that one, that could have landed out of town, but this time he got the toe end. He went too hard too soon. But as you rightly said, his body language has been very positive from the beginning. And I don't think he's in any mood to stop that till he gets to the target.
So Marshall works this one into the onside, and And the fact is, if you think Marshall is such trouble for you, if Scorpions think that Marshall is really a big deal with them, then watch who is batted up next. Andre Russell.
Yeah, dreadful sight for any bowling side in the world. Russell has got immense power. These boundaries, even this stadium, the whole arena is too small for him when he gets hold of one.
Yeah, he hasn't batted too much in this series, so he'll be raring to get a good knock before the series ends. And this series, by the way, ends tomorrow, so he's got to get something out in the middle anytime now.
You're right, but looks like it's not going to be tonight because Zaidi and Marshall will be saying, "We've got this, buddy. Don't worry about that." But Russell had scored an 80 earlier on in the game, but not in the main stadium. So he's in good hitting form.
So Pawan Kahar, a ball pulled into the offside. A chance is given. And apparently it has been taken. So what a catch by the fielder. And Marshall has to go for 34. But perhaps the play of that ball there has to be a spectacular catch by the man out in the deep.
That's Myberg, I think. He judged that beautifully. That was flat and hard. He dived and full length diving forward. He caught it very, very cleanly. A sensational take in the deep. Not so easy to pick up, but it's absolutely brilliant fielding from Myberg. And Marshall had to leave the scene. As you watch this one, he was diving full length and got it cleanly. Superb fielding.
So Andre Russell comes out to the middle. 11 runs needed from 19 balls.
As you were rightly saying, if they're happy about getting rid of Marshall, the side of Andre Russell walking to the middle, that's nothing to be pleased about for the Scorpion bowlers. Pawan has got one ball to go. And guess what? Russell is on strike.
So Zaidi is on 26. And the partnership between Zaidi and Marshall yielded 54 from 38 balls. Very productive and in quick time.
Pawan didn't land correctly and he aborted, rightly so.
So Russell gets a swing out to long on. He gets off the mark. Nothing major in that shot. He has brought the equation down to 10 needed from 18. Well, in fact, there was a bit of event in that ball. Russell will retain strike.
That's what I was exactly going to say. Because he got his muscles flexed with this one, and he got the strike, got the legs pumping, and you see who's going to be in the hot seat for the next over. Take the challenge of bowling to Andre Russell.
Yes, Shaw, let me take this opportunity to say hello to some folks in New York City who's watching the feed. They've been following the feed, and these are the boys in New York City. Regardless of what the weather is on Christmas Day, they have an annual thing that has been going on for some 35 years or 30 years, and they go Christmas morning and play for a couple of hours. They play a cricket game on Christmas Day. Even if there's snow on the ground, they make sure that all the spades and everything is all ready just in case there's snow. So they're getting ready for their December 25th Christmas Day bash.
Shah is the new bowler, and Russell is quite content with the single.
Yeah, we've got 9 runs required from 17 balls. If 17 balls is any relevance to 9 runs here.
You're right. At the moment, it looks like Cavaliers have got this one in the bag. Zaidi will make sure he's there right at the end.
So ball outside the off stump, and now a wide. Interesting to note that the extras for Florida Scorpion has been kept on a bit of a low. Oh, that one is tossed up, played into the deep. Fielder comes in, may have spilled the catch. And so a chance here for Zaidi. What should have been 70 for 4 is 71 for 3.
Second drop of the evening from the Scorpions. And as you compare that to the Cavaliers fielding, they caught everything that came their way. And as we said earlier, defending that kind of total, you got to even make sure you get hold of even half chances. Russell tries to swing at another one from Shah. It was a well-flighted delivery. Shah must be a brave man, giving that much air to Russell. 7 to go. One hit can bring the scores level. As Russell is ready. Got that one high. Has he got enough of that? I don't think so. And yet again, it's been spilled by the fielder. And Andre Russell has got a chance. Shah has induced two chances for his side in this 1 over. And the fielders have let him down on both occasions.
Yes, Shaw, here we go. Ball in the air again. And it comes down. It will come down one day. And he doesn't hold on. So a couple of catches there. You're right. Catches, chances by both Zaidi and Russell. And as we would say, he had a chance to dismiss both batsmen.
Do you think if any international coaches are watching, Russell is not used to play that slow kind of a delivery, and he struggled so far. You think that apply against him in the future in the bigger leagues?
Well, Abhishek Shah is, you rightly said, he's a brave man to toss up the ball. And I got to say, he has outfoxed Russell, and he's outfoxed Zaidi. The only thing he's been betrayed by some very poor catching by mid-off and mid-on.
Yeah, that big 0 showing in the wickets column. Shah doesn't deserve that. He's bowled a good over. Only 4 runs to go though, or 5 to win. 77 was Scorpions total, 78 to win. Zaidi on strike. See if he can finish this in one blow. He's very capable of that. As we watch Pavan once again.
So we've got semi-final after this, and Shaw, you had a good hand of what's going to happen with the matchup.
Yeah, the Cavaliers are up against the US All-Stars, considering that there's only the Academics left in this game, and the other one, the Atlanta Griffins, will take on the Bears. Very, very good matchup, actually. One of the matches of the tournament could be the Cavaliers and the USA All-Stars.
So ball defended here by Russell in a T10 game.
Ooh, that's unheard of. He's giving respect to Pavan. He's swung at as many balls as he's faced so far, 5, without much result. So he's decided, let's give these boys some respect.
So we got 4 runs to win this game.
Another scar. The fielder's coming underneath it, but I
Game
think
over.
Hustle's got just enough of that. It fell outside the fence. 6 runs.
No ball.
And it's a no ball as well, but it's only academic as the target has been reached. Russell finally got away with a big blow. He didn't get anywhere near the middle of the bat, but it's still good enough to get him the 6 runs and the victory for Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah, very emphatic victory here for Cavaliers. They continue to win every single game in the last 2 years here at the US Open. Here's the customary handshake. Good gamesmanship regardless of win, lose, or draw. And the Scorpions will finally exit the tournament. Cavaliers, on the other hand, has some ways to go. They still have their semi-final and their cup to defend. So there we go. Here's a look at the scorecard. A couple of quick wickets for Cavalier. Lewis, the big man, fell early. Hassan was out first ball. Marshall came in and played the biggest innings. He got 34 from just 20 balls. Zaidi, a 58-run partnership between the pair. He got 29. And Russell at the end didn't needed much work when he came in. All the heavy lifting was already done by Marshall and company. And the bowling, nothing to write home about here, Shah.
Yeah, Anis and Safian provided a very, very good start. Exciting couple of overs with 2 wickets. But after that, the Cavaliers boys were too good. And the target has been reached very easily. And semi-final beckons for the Cavaliers. They will line up against the USA All-Stars. At this moment, as we're ready for the presentation, we'll take a short break and we'll come back with the first semi-final in a very short while.
Hey, boss, man, I must see you guys.